Hello and welcome to today's webinar, Generative AI Breaking Through the Backlog for Business Transformation. I'm Diana Alarcon, a member of the OUtsystems marketing team. I am pleased to introduce our speakers, Takeen Babe, Principal Product Marketing Manager, Platform at OUtsystems, Nuno Carneiro, Product Manager, AI at OUtsystems, and Joanne Marco, VP Digital Products Transformation at OUtsystems. Before I hand it over to today's speakers, a quick word on housekeeping. On your screens, you will see the slides for today's presentation in the center. You will also be able to reference speaker information and some related resources as well. Make sure to check those out. Finally, please feel free to ask questions as we go along, and we'll do our best to address them after today's session. You will find a control panel at the bottom of your screen where you can find the question icon and more. Please note that this session will be available on demand and sent to you via email after the live session. Now that we've covered housekeeping, I'm going to hand it over to Takeen to get us started. Over to you, Takeen.
Thanks, Diana, and hello, everyone. Super glad that you could join us today. We're thrilled to spend the next 45 minutes chatting with you about the cool universe of Gen AI. We're going to talk about Gen AI trends and challenges, talk about how we can help address some of those challenges, diving deeper into how to integrate Gen AI into your business, go through a case study for it, and then wrap up with some ideas around how to leverage AI for your application development processes. If you haven't heard about us before, here's a quick overview of OUtsystems. We're all about simplifying app development with our local platform. Starting in 2001, we've grown a lot. Now working in 79 countries across 22 industries, supported by an awesome community of 500 plus global partners, as well as 700,000 developers. Now moving on to the fun stuff. The race to implement Gen AI is heating up, with 50% of CEOs counting on their tech leaders to unlock its value. Despite these high hopes, only a small slice of CIOs have really gone into it, though many more plan to jump on that bandwagon. This gap highlights a big moment for businesses to step up, embrace Gen AI, and get ahead in this AI-driven world. Even with all the excitement, a lot of companies are falling behind or just playing catch up. There was a recent survey that was done by BCG that found that 66% of the executives, they're unhappy with their progress on AI and Gen AI. And what are these companies are trying to do and why they're falling behind? In speaking with our customers, there's a strong desire to use Gen AI to optimize call centers and use Gen AI to offer quick answers to common inquiries from customers so that the human agents, they can focus on more complex issues. Also, e-commerce organizations with sites across different countries and regions are looking to leverage AI to translate, product descriptions and so on, so they can, resonate better with the global audience. We've seen organizations trying to use Gen AI to understand customer preferences, purchase history, and so on, and use that insight to suggest the right product at the right time to the right person. We're starting to see a lot of interest around using a Gen AI for knowledge discovery. So instead of going through PDFs, PowerPoint decks to search for a piece of information that you're looking for, you can just ask an Gen AI for the answer through a natural language. And there's a strong desire to use Gen AI to automate all those tedious tasks that nobody wants to do through use of virtual assistants. And even we see HR organizations trying to use Gen AI to craft individual development plan based on somebody's career progression and skills and aspirations. So when you look at all these use cases, you see that they're all about improving productivity and making processes smarter and digital experiences more captivating and personalizing, customer employee experiences. And the reason that companies are falling behind or struggling to keep up with the Gen AI pace in an effort to achieve those goals that they have, it can be easily boiled down to a few critical challenges. First is the complexities and costs associated with AI implementations. They're quite significant, require substantial resources and AI expertise. According to a recent research, the cost of implementing Gen AI in business could be up to $190,000 a month for a bespoke Gen AI. Then there's also the issue of AI sprawl, where the rapid proliferation of AI tools leads to management and integration difficulties. Ensuring safe and secure AI implementation adds another layer of complexity, demanding robust security portals and privacy laws and advanced measures to protect sensitive information and data. And lastly, the lack of domain-specific context in large language models can limit the effectiveness of AI applications, making it harder for businesses to apply Gen AI in ways that truly meets their needs and objectives. Getting Gen AI integration right can have tremendous impact. There was an interesting story in the news earlier this year about Klarna's AI agent. This digital powerhouse is doing the work of 700 full-time employees, operating around the clock in 23 different markets, conversing in 35 languages, and it's projected to boost their profit by $40 million just this year. This example highlights the sheer scale of efficiency and global reach that Gen AI can bring to the table, transforming customer service into a seamless multilingual operation that significantly contributes to the bottom line. But there are cautionary tales too, like when Chevy's ChatGPT-powered chatbot started suggesting competitors' car. This is a reminder that without the right, tuning, supervision, guardrails, and grounding, Gen AI can go off track. And we're here to help you make sure that your Gen AI initiatives stay on track. So where do we fit in your Gen AI journey? OUtsystems is a full stack application development platform with everything you need to build any type of applications from ground up. Think of it as constructing with powerful building blocks that automate and accelerate tedious and error-prone tasks, all in a visual drag and drop environment. We also support the entire development lifecycle. The platform provides a full DevOps solution out of the box that supports continuous delivery and continuous integration of your application. The platform enables teams to create a wide range of rich and engaging digital experiences, core systems, mobile applications, customer portals, and infuse them with Gen AI. And lastly, there's a support advanced AI layer that guides development teams to deliver high-quality apps, also make integrating Gen AI into applications fast and easy. And we'll see that later on in the presentation. Let's dive into how OUtsystems tackle those tricky AI challenges that we talked about earlier. With OUtsystems, stepping into AI is not just simple, it's also secure, scalable, and it's transformative. OUtsystems low-code approach abstracts the complexity and reduces the cost associated with implementing AI. With OUtsystems, we can unlock the full potential of large language models without needing any specialized AI talent. We offer a scalable, standardized platform that accelerates the development of Gen AI applications and avoid AI sprawl. And when it comes to safety and security, we don't compromise. OUtsystems ensures a safe and secure AI implementation process. Built-in capabilities, guardrails, help you monitor, secure, and govern the use of Gen AI in your organization. And when it comes to domain-specific context that LLMs often miss, we offer retrieval augmented generation capabilities that allows you optimize the output of LLMs. And also we have quick start apps that makes it really easy to start leveraging Gen AI on top of your existing applications. And we'll go over that later on in the presentation. So the result is that you can expect your team's productivity to increase by up to 10 times. Because a lot of the manual and tedious works, it's automated through our platform. And that enables you to deliver more Gen AI apps, in just a few weeks or months instead of years. So how can you turn your Gen AI aspirations and use cases into reality? Well, I'm very excited to introduce you to AI Agent Builder. AI Agent Builder is a new innovative tool, part of our platform, designed to infuse applications with Gen AI. agents. These agents, they leverage large language models, retrieval augmented generation, which is the process of optimizing the output of the models, and natural language processing to humanize digital interactions and amplify productivity. AI Agent Builder is powering a new wave of applications where not only they're capable of performing tasks, but they also understand and interact in more human-like manner. Anyone can build these agents without coding or needing specialized AI knowledge. So how does it work? AI Agent Builder makes it a breeze for anyone, tech savvy or not, to create agents that can, tackle complex tasks or make smart decisions on the fly. And it's all done in just a few simple steps. First, you select your model. You can easily tap into the power of the state-of-the-art models, Azure OpenAI or AWS Bedrock. Then you provide basic instruction to your agent. So basically, tell your agent what to do in natural language. For example, you can say, you're a friendly customer support agent. Your task is to respond to customer issues. Make sure your reply is informative, professional, and resolves the customer's inquiry efficiently. And then you select relevant data sources. This allows you to connect your agent to your own relevant data sources hosted on Azure and AWS. This enables the AI agent to deliver relevant and personalized responses to the users. Then finally, you'll save the agent and add it to the logic tier of your OUtSystem applications. For example, you can build a customer support AI agent that could easily be integrated into a customer support portal and deliver answer to questions from customers. And to see that we've got the right person with us, I'm going to pass it over to Nuno, and he's going to give you a demo of AI Agent Builder. Nuno, over to you.
Thank you, Takin. Hi, everyone. My name is Nuno Carneiro. I'm a product manager here at OUtSystems. I'm thrilled to be talking to you today about AI Agent Builder, showing you this product. Also, really glad to see some familiar faces in the audience. So let's get to it. This is the homepage for AI Agent Builder, the product I'm demoing today. As the name says, the purpose is meant to create agents. So let's show you how we do that. Go here and create agents, and you can see our playground for agent creation. So in the playground, you can create agents by selecting a model first of all. So here we're using GPT 3.5 from Azure. We can also select Claude 2 from Bedrock, for example. But these models can and have to be pre-configured by you under this page here on top, configurations. I'll show you that in the end, how we do that. But first, let me show you a use case for an agent. As I'm going to work on is I'm in customer support for a company that's a big enterprise that sells industrial solutions and equipment and performance maintenance services called Machine X Maintenance Solutions. And I'm going to create an agent that can be used in the customer portal of this company for interaction with their customers when their customers have a question about the company's products. So type of question that customers from Machine X could ask is, for example, what's the warranty on their products? What is the warranty on products from Machine X Maintenance Solutions? Okay, classic question you could get in the customer portal, but the AI language model doesn't have access to the Machine X Maintenance Solutions policy. Obviously, we're just connecting to GPT 3.5 Turbo. It doesn't have access to that, but that's where AI Agent Builder comes in. So with this little toggle here, we can enable a data source. And I have previously uploaded here the support knowledge base for Machine X. I'll show you later how we upload data as well in their configurations. But I have uploaded here a bunch of documents where we have the policies for warranties, for example, basically all the knowledge base from support for the company. And now if I ask the same question again, you'll see that the agent now has access, since I enabled this, now has access to the support knowledge base and will be able to answer the question. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah, we have the answer. One more thing I want to show you is we can also use instructions to instruct the model to start replying with in a certain way, use a certain tone. We can ask it to format your answer in bullet points. For example, if I want to see something a little bit more structured, this is sort of a system prompt here. If I ask the question again, I'll get the same answer now with bullet points, I hope. Yeah, there we go. Bullet points are a little bit curled up here, but you see it here, the different bullets, and with a proper render, this would be rendering as bullet points. Okay, I'm happy about my agent, or I can tweak it a little bit more. For example, format your answer bullet points. Maybe if I say with bullet points, separate each line. Maybe now I'm going to get the formatting I want. Yeah, there we go. Now we have the bullet points just like I wanted them. This is the idea. This is a playground. You play around with the instructions, the models as well. You could test different models. When you're happy, you save the agent. Okay, I'm saving the agent as demo webinar. Okay. Now, best thing now is you can very easily call this agent from any OUtsystems ODC application with a almost one-click configuration. There's an ID here. I'm going to copy the ID. Now I'm going to open ODC Studio, which you see here. So on ODC Studio, we have this action. This is OUtsystems logic for an app that's a customer support portal. There's this logic node that gets text in, that gets a prompt from the user, a question from the user as text, and answers with the answer from the agent. The only thing we need to configure is switch up the ID here, paste the demo webinar ID, and we're good. I publish the app, and the app is going to use the agent that we have created. Okay, we're back on the AI Agent Builder interface here. Let me show a few more capabilities of the product. If I go back here to my home, you'll see we have a bunch of agent templates that we have pre-configured. For example, if you want to do some translations, that's another use case you can do. For example, here's a use case for translating a product in an e-commerce setting, a typical use case where you need to translate a lot of content in product descriptions. In this case, we're creating an agent to transcribe from English to Portuguese. Use, for example, Bedrock instead of GPT, and do the same, give it a product name, and ask it to translate. And then you save the agent, and you can include this as part of an automatic process that's translating content and not exactly a chatbot. Okay, coming back here to the home, we also have, besides templates for agents, we have templates for fully created applications. The idea here is to have a quick start applications that you can use to accelerate your adoption of Gen AI, build proof of concepts, and show this around your company. So we have Zendesk Ticket Deflection here is an app for a customer support portal interface. So we see here the support interface, very similar to the use case I was describing earlier when we created an agent. We can test it here again. So if I connect here, support knowledge base from machine X, and then again ask the same type of questions like, what is the warranty on machine X products? And now you see the agent acting and replying inside a fully blown application. There's even some follow-up to the experience here, where you can ask it to create a ticket in Zendesk if you're not happy about the response. This app is free to download, so you can download here the app. You get the codes, the OUtsystems code for this app, and then you just one-click publish, and you get it running in our ODC platform. Similar to this, we have other apps. So Salesforce Call Summarization is an app where we show a different type of use case. It's not a chatbot or a Q&A interface. It's more meant to be used in back office process or for productivity enhancement for sales teams. So what you can do is upload a transcript here from a meeting, ask it to summarize. And basically, we have a very large prompt here where we ask the model to extract the sentiment, extract other information like who's the economic buyer, decision criteria, and so on from the transcript. And since we ask it also to generate the answer in a JSON format, we can directly extract the different fields, different parts of the answer into different text boxes that you see here. So you see all of this was generated by AI, all the information inside the text boxes here. So you can see the brief, pain points, sentiment analysis, matpick answers as identified by the model. You can correct them. For example, if I want to add here, Jessica Smith was the economic buyer. And we also built in log to Salesforce directly so that you can log this call in your CRM. Selecting an account, click log, and it very easily then logs this to Salesforce. Again, you can download the code for this app, just a one-click click here. You get the code for the app and you can then open it in Odyssey Studio and evolve it, expand it from there. For instance, you maybe don't use Salesforce, you use another CRM, and you can change that logging connection to log to a different CRM system or CRM instead of Salesforce. Lastly, we have the MyGPT app. The idea for MyGPT is we give access, we give here a tool that can be used as a sort of a proxy to ChatGPT for employees. So I'm sure many of your employees at different organizations, they're using ChatGPT for productivity in productivity questions, content creation, but they shouldn't, right? ChatGPT doesn't guarantee privacy of the information. And when you have someone then using ChatGPT with private information from your company, it can become a problem. That's why it's relevant to use your internal tool where you can control which model is being used. In this case, you connect to the model that's being already configured through Azure and has more privacy guarantees. Type of use case you could do here is, for example, simple productivity. Like me as a product manager, I can use it to ask for ideas. For instance, I am the product manager for a new product called AI Agent Builder. Give me 5 ideas for new features. And great. So I don't have to do my job anymore. GPT model here, the agents will generate ideas for me. I'm kidding. This is definitely not how I do my work, but you get to see the point. There's a lot of this need to generate ideas, create content, ask it to write emails that people do on ChatGPT nowadays that they shouldn't. And by using an internal application like this one, you can control the usage and what information data is leaked or not. Other use cases you would see here, for example, you can upload a file. I'm going to upload an invoice here as an example, and I can ask it for information from the invoice. For example, what is the invoice number? Yeah, so that's all right. Or what items are on the invoice? And yeah, there you go. Contains 3 items: color, shirt, dress, and camisole. That's exactly what's there on this example that I created. Can be another productivity enhancement for people at your organization. And really, this helps also people get a sense of what Gen AI is and what it can do for you. So this application, MyGPT, is often a start as a playground to get people thinking about Gen AI. Then leads to other use cases that they will come to you with other business use cases. And lastly, I also wanted to show you can connect this to a data source as well. So seen previously, we had the support knowledge base. I have here also uploaded onboarding documentation that's used to onboard new employees. You can then use this for employees to ask questions on company policies, for example. What is the diversity and inclusion policy at machine X? So, and then you get the answer based on the documentation that's here. Great. Hope this clears what type of things you can build with AI Agent Builder. This app as well, you can download it and extend it as any other OutSystems app. I only have to show you one thing is missing, that's configurations. So I told you I was going to show you later. So this is the configurations page. You really, when you start using AI Agent Builder, this page is empty. There's no models or data sources configured. And we have a model where you bring your own key. So you have to provision the models with a different provider and then bring your own key. We do this because we know organizations usually want to use their own models and also their own data. And so, for instance, we support models from Azure OpenAI or Amazon Bedrock. Actually, we're looking to always have state-of-the-art models, the best-in-class models supported. And if you have other models that you'd like to use or your own custom large language models, feel free to reach out to us in the product team. And we'd be happy to consider that to add here to the AI Agent Builder. So far, these have been the most popular ones. So for instance, if you want to connect to one of your Azure OpenAI models, you would provision that with Azure, provision the model there, and then bring the endpoint, deployment name, and API key here. You save the connection, and once it's added, it's going to be here, part of the configurations. This means anyone can then build agents with these models and data sources that you add. Data source is the same. We support Azure Blob Storage, Amazon Kendra. So you upload your data on Azure and then bring the index name API key here as well. And you can then start building agents with this data. So like I showed on the agent playground, you can then use the models that were configured and use the data sources. Like it was shared earlier, AI Agent Builder is meant to accelerate Gen AI adoption and make it scalable, control the AI sprawl. So in a sense, what we're doing here is separating the moment of configuration from the moment of agent creation. So in configurations, you might have your IT team doing that, systems administrators connecting the models, uploading the data. And here the agents playground is something you can distribute to other internal teams closer to the business outcomes, maybe a business analyst or developers in the functions that want to use agents, for example, in customer support or HR. And then they can use this very easy interface and the models that have been curated by IT and the data sources as well to create their own agents, save them, and then call them from OutSystems applications. So this is it, AI Agent Builder in a nutshell. Thanks for listening. I'm very happy also to introduce now Joanne Markov, our VP of Digital Products. Joanne has been doing a fantastic job here at OutSystems and has really a great story of how we use this technology to accelerate Gen AI adoption within our company at OutSystems. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joanne Marco, and thanks so much, Nuno, for the great walkthrough of the AI Agent Builder. I'd like to share a few tips with you today for anyone who's in the same role that I am, with being challenged to change the organization, produce generative AI use cases for each of your teams within the organization, and perhaps even to do change management. You can think of me as a customer for the product team, and within our portfolio at OutSystems, we have hundreds of SaaS applications, as I'm sure you probably do too. And we also have hundreds of low-code apps with the idea of generative AI fueling more and more of these applications. And when we use low-code apps at OutSystems, we use them in conjunction with SaaS. We also create, I would say, OutSystems app layers on top of the SaaS. And I'll show you an example of that, of what we're doing with Workday. The beauty of low-code and the AI combination is the idea of patterns that fuel the use cases. When we started last summer using OutSystems and generative AI with multiple LLMs, we actually have used up to 5 LLMs now behind the scenes. We came up with at least 4 patterns to help channel our teams and to focus the use cases. You can save time and energy by repeating and leveraging the low-code apps over and over again. And when the staff and teams can get access to the MyGPT app directly that Nuno demoed, it gives them not only the power to learn and play and strategize, but to become better educated about what this is all about without having to take engineering time. In a number of our cases, the staff actually rethought their strategy and literally enhanced it by being able to directly interact with and use MyGPT and its associated settings. In the example here with the Q&A of content and the Q&A of data, this is just like MyGPT, and it's a case of deep retrieval of information. We've thought of this in two parts. In the case of the OUtsystems apps, we produced the MyGPT playground with each team so that the staff could learn the power of the LLMs, how to call them, how to rethink, how to do their work and their underlying strategy. And then in the cases where we have publicly facing apps like the customer portal or the support portal or partner center or developer portals, or even the employees, which I'll show you in a second, this second app allowed us to deploy the MyGPT for the end users themselves for their own use. Now, in the case of the developer forums, I'll give you some results of those in a second. I want to show you just quickly what can happen with a custom OutSystems application with a SaaS application using generative AI, LLMs, and low code together. What I'm showing on screen here is OutSystems, and we've actually deployed a Chrome extension OutSystems application, which calls the LLMs. And this little Q&A model, so I would say it's Q&A of content, is sitting on the right-hand side here. If I actually click it and open it, what you'll see is an OutSystems application on top of Workday with some popular questions already here, and the ability, just like you saw in MyGPT, to ask a question. And when I say, how do I book a vacation? The content behind the scenes is OutSystems policy documentation as well as Workday. And so through this Chrome extension, it's calling the LLM and the content that is supplied for this particular OutSystems app, and it gives the instructions, honestly, in a way better format than what you would find in the Workday chat, which you would normally see down below here. So we are going to disable this for staff, and instead, the only way to get the help will be through this OutSystems application in the Chrome extension. For content transformation, which we've done in a couple instances, first we translated our content from English to Japanese on our developer forums, and second, we transformed structured Google Docs that contained our team goals and metrics, and we transformed them into a searchable OutSystems app that stores the same information. When the users then update the information in the stored Google Docs, the information gets updated within the OutSystems app automatically, which will eliminate the need for the staff teams to create lots of random Google sites. So we found this transformation to be highly flexible. Right now, like I said, we have these two use cases and we're enhancing more and more this year. For the last bucket, the idea of deconstructing content, think of this as digesting a bunch of content material and spitting it out in different ways. And this is the case of the sales call app that we have, but it also can be used in other ways. For example, if you have a lot of Confluence pages that could be digested into helpful training material, you could have Google Docs that could be mixed and matched with material in GitHub or with your HR team's policies. And if you call the LLM and ask it a series of compound questions, you can generate new onboarding material for new staff in a way that you've never been able to do before at a speed which you've also never been able to do before. And the fact that it mixes and matches your disparate content and spits it out in summaries in different ways from multiple sources is a huge time saver. And that was true with our Salesforce call summarization, of which we actually in the past 6 days generated 6 opportunities using the next best actions and the Salesforce sales call generator through our agent builder. And our SDRs and our sales reps are using that now for generating opportunities by digesting a Gong sales call transcript and then having a Slack notification. They go to an OutSystems app, they verify the AI model, and it's produced a number of useful results for us. I talked about Workday, but when we think about SaaS sprawl, we certainly have SaaS sprawl. And, I think most organizations do today. And I think with the premium the various companies are getting today, what it can present to you is a highly costly annual run rate for your SaaS applications if each of them comes with an add-on for AI. One of the downsides of doing that is actually that the AI model and the content that you're getting is very specific to each SaaS tool. So, I think what we have found within OutSystems itself, we use Salesforce, we use Gong, we use Zoom, we use, like I said, hundreds of SaaS applications, but we've been able to replicate a lot of what these add-ons do at a fraction of the cost with just the token usage. So, this is the type of thing that if you have the strategy available between the generative AI work that you're building and the OUtsystems applications that you're building through low code, and the ability to honestly just keep cloning these apps over and over again. And the ability to actually enhance your knowledge base behind the scenes, or the content stack that you're using to serve these apps, you can really replicate what a lot of these SaaS vendors do at a fraction of the cost. Just to give you 2 quick snapshots, and we will be having other webinars available that will have a more deep dive into the results and the use cases that we've generated. With the customer support, after running the Q&A model for several months, we're seeing a 27% run rate of our questions actually being answered by the AI agent builder from our Zendesk tickets. And so rather than going to a human, they're actually getting answered by the AI model. Our target was 10%, and for this year in 2024, we're increasing it to 40% now, and we expect that trend to continue. For our developer forums, which is the community of OUtsystems developers we have, in a matter of a few months of using the Japanese translation of our questions from the developers on our community forums, we saw a 25% increase in the number of Japanese developers using our community, our technology, and our forums, simply because of the language translation of more than 9,000 posts. And with that success, we're actually going to move on to other language translations using generative AI and low-code apps. So we are very pleased to see that. I'd like to speak with any of you directly if you do have questions about any of the use cases. And like I said, we will be having other webinars in the future. In summary, I would love to encourage your staff to play with the LLMs by giving them their own MyGPT app, which is safe within your environment. For anyone deploying use cases, leveraging the idea of patterns with low code and cloning apps, you'll find templates available in OUtsystems. And the power of context is key, with the ability for people to be able to refine their prompts, use their own content, and to do what we would call as adding content layers in a knowledge base or a content stack. It will automatically improve the responses you get from the prompts that you use with the LLMs. And by adding more and more of your content to your OUtsystems applications, you'll naturally have answers generated in combination with these refined prompts. With the last two, with keeping snapshots and metrics, we had weekly meetings and snapshots of our progress and pivoted as we needed. And we were really happy that we did do that, because everything changes quickly, as well as the LLMs changing quickly. We did not add staff to our team or send anyone to training. Through the power of curiosity and play, our existing OUtsystems developers learned what they needed to do to integrate. And the idea of using the agents and the pre-built apps is a real time saver for our staff, and actually for the digital team that was using them as well. And so everybody was learning alongside the engineers together. And by deploying what we did, we were able to scale quickly without having to scale the engineering team itself, by having the business staff members and business technologists and anybody who wanted a playground through the AI agent builder. We just enabled it for them, and they could play and learn with them. So I encourage you to enjoy your time here. I hope you all dive in to learning and playing and helping refine your generative AI low-code strategy. And I can assure you that will shift mindsets at the organization. It certainly did for me. It certainly did for all the people that I've worked with. Please look forward to our next webinar in our series, and please keep checking out our site for the dates of when it will be available. We'll speak more about generative low-code applications and use cases and results that we've achieved, and with our agents. And with that, I will pass it back to Takin again. And thank you everyone for joining.
Thanks, Joanne, for that awesome deep dive into how we're using Gen AI to shake things up here. There's a lot more to OUtsystems AI. We've been weaving AI into the fabric of software development and management for over 5 years now. Today, you've seen just a slice of how our platform is making it a breeze to build AI-fueled applications. Beyond what you've seen, our AI doesn't just make app development faster, it turbocharges every step of the app's life, from idea to launch and beyond. At OUtsystems, we envision a future where non-traditional developers can quickly build simple applications using Gen AI. Our roadmap includes a new suite of full-stack Gen AI-powered application development experiences, codenamed Project Morpheus. that brings together the transformative power of AI and low-code technologies to improve productivity by up to 100 times. With Project Morpheus, developers of any skill level can build apps that fit their unique requirements through rapid iteration and AI-powered assistance. Gen AI will create an initial version of application in a matter of minutes, and then allow developers to quickly customize the application with the AI engine giving real-time change suggestion that incorporates industry standard best practices. So instead of writing code, developers can use natural language inputs to describe an application, and Gen AI will do the heavy lifting of building the app. This adds significant efficiency and enables a broader talent pool to contribute to app development. For application lifecycle management, the OUtsystems AI mentor systems is a set of AI-powered mentors that augment the expertise of developers. These mentors act as experts throughout the software development lifecycle, guiding, automating, and validating the work of developers. With the mentor system, developers can be more productive and produce higher quality applications. The architecture mentor is an AI-based enterprise architect that reviews codes to ensure that it meets critical architectural standards. The security mentor is an AI-based security lead that reviews code to identify vulnerabilities introduced during the development process. The performance mentor is an AI-based performance expert that reviews code to identify possible performance bottlenecks and ensure that apps consistently perform at peak efficiency. Maintainability mentor is an AI-based portfolio analysis that scans the company's entire application portfolio, looking for opportunities to reduce technical debt. It's like having an AI-based development manager reviewing application code to root out duplicated code and suggest opportunities to refactor applications. All right, that wraps up our session for today. I know we covered a great deal today, and we hope you found it both insightful and directly applicable to your needs. Now we would love to hear from you. So let's dive into any questions that you might have. At this point, I'd like to open up the floor to Q&A.
Thank you to all of our presenters for a really exciting session. It looks like we do have some questions that have come in. We'll take a couple of minutes to address what we can today. If we're unable to get to your question, our team will make sure to follow up with you. As we answer some questions, reference your screens to download the infographic, Unlock the Full Potential of AI-Powered Software Development. Learn about the benefits of using low-code and artificial intelligence to boost developer productivity and grow team skills. Scan the QR code to download. Let's see, one question it looks like we have is asking what models are supported. Can I connect my own models?
Thanks, Diana. Yeah, that's a great question. And so we do support different models. Models on AI Agent Builder are added as bring your own key method. So you need to provision the models with a different provider. So we support models provisioned with Azure OpenAI, all the GPT models, and then models from Amazon Bedrock, cloud models. So you provision those large language models with these providers, AWS or Microsoft Azure, and you can then connect them here on AI Agent Builder. The best part is by provisioning them with those providers, you can do your own contract with them, take care of all concerns regarding data privacy, for example. And here you only need to connect to a model that you have provisioned yourself as well and you have control over. It's not an OUtsystems model. And in that sense, we're always looking to support the latest state-of-the-art large language models. So at the moment, those are the providers we support, but we're always looking out for the latest and greatest in AI, and we're surely support the latest ones. Also, even in the future, we're looking into the possibility of supporting custom models run internally by organizations themselves.
Another question came in asking, can I use AI Agent Builder with my existing software?
Yeah, so definitely. We can use AI Agent Builder with other softwares. So what happens is when you create an agent, an AI Agent Builder, you can then call this agent from any ODC application. So any OutSystems application on our ODC platform will be able to call AI agents very easily with that one action I showed you earlier. And you can then expose this with OUtsystems code, expose it with a REST API to be called by any other technology from any other SaaS that can call a REST API, apps built on other technologies, or even apps built on OUtsystems 11 platform.
Here's a question asking, is the data shared with OpenAI or the LLM?
Yeah, so data privacy is a big concern on Gen AI adoption, as we know. And that's also why we have this model of bring your own key, you bring your own model that's provisioned. So the data that you share is never stored by us. And the data goes through us and is being sent to the large language model to generate the answer within the agents. So there you have to be sure that the large language model that you're using from the providers is in line with your data privacy policies. And in general, we believe we've been seeing that Microsoft Azure with the GPT models and Amazon Bedrock do offer very good privacy guarantees, let's say, and that's also we've been seeing a lot of customers use this, and we added them as supported here in our platform. Regarding the data that's in data sources, that also sits on your own blob storage or Amazon Kendra. So the data is there. The only thing we do is query the data to get the most relevant document for each prompt from the user, let's say. We get the most relevant document and send only that relevant document to the large language model to generate an answer. That's the data flow here.
The last question we will be able to cover in today's session before wrapping up is asking, what are the supported formats? PDFs?
Yeah, we support many different formats. So on the data sources side, when you're building an agent, you want to connect to a data source. On Azure Blob Storage, there's a wide variety of formats that are supported, from text files, PDFs, all the Office files are supported, HTML, all of that is supported. On Amazon Kendra, also very similar, a little bit less formats, but in the end, very similar. Generally, our recommendation is to use text files. So to organize your files into text, either Word documents, plain text, PDFs. These models and agents work best when you separate documents into text files, where each text file is a relatively self-contained context. For example, the MyGPT app I showed earlier, that's not there. You can upload a file. It's not uploaded in the data source, right? And there you can upload PDFs to get answers from.
It was great to see so many questions come in today. And in case we were not able to get to your question, our team will make sure to follow up with you. With that, this concludes our session. Thank you to all of our presenters for joining us in today's webinar on generative AI, breaking through the backlog for business transformation. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us today, and we hope to see you again very soon.